played up against those people. We want us to be fighting our own people, fighting people who are from different countries. They want us to be fighting things that are not going to threaten their power, because therefore we'll be so busy voicing our distrust about each other that we won't voice our distrust about the global capitalist system. Which I would urge anyone, if you're going to engage inside of these, maybe do it with equal time. If you want to badmouth someone and whatever, maybe spend at least some of that time doing it to your oppressor. If you want to at least argue that what you're doing is going to further you inside of this liberation struggle. Now, I'm going to scroll down some and just really quick hit on something that I think many people might not have heard about yet. It was reported in 2020 that Facebook has been working on an underwater cable that would engulf Africa in an effort to provide nearly 3 times the total network capacity of all subsea cables serving Africa today. And at the same time, Google, again, Google, we discussed this, logging into the CIA, that's what we do every time we log into Google, is also building an underwater cable to connect Africa with Europe. All of this is happening in real time, meaning a future is being determined for Africans to be locked into digital plantations, where we're forced to participate in a controlled digital system while our data is harvested by technological oligarchy designed to consolidate whatever power is left for the global elite. And just for a visual, this is actually a visual of the underwater cable that Facebook is building as we speak around Africa. And as we said, Google is doing something similar. Now, it's important to understand the whole premise of this article, data colonialism, is that they're getting a great return. Even if they weren't to make a buck off of this, they're getting a great return because they're getting control and surveillance. They understand that they're able to harvest your data. They're able to predict what you'll do. They're able to know where you are at all times. They're able to know what you're talking about, know who you distrust, know who you do trust. This is a powerful, powerful tool that far surpasses anything COINTELPRO was. And yet we're so just willing to give up our information. We're so willing to go to these Twitter groups, go to these different conversations with absolutely no second thought about the fact that we're literally logging into the national security of our oppressors to disclose our angst against other oppressed people. And regardless of where you fall on the debate, regardless of if you're like, I hate Africans, or you're like, I hate African Americans, wherever you are, I'm sure if you have a lick of information about what those people are facing, you should know that we're all being oppressed. You should know that we're all being oppressed by Europeans. What does this mean? That we all have a common oppressor. That's common sense. Just
I told you. I just don't know who you are. Turn the music up in here. I still hear her loud and clear. Like she's right there in my ear. Telling me that she wants to own me. To control me. Composer. And I just can't pull myself away from
it's an expression of it. But I have no idea how to bring about world peace. Just, if I
short answers, because now it's only 3 minutes left. So
I'll try to keep it short.
All right. First, I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming to this forum. It was quite the pleasure to have you here. But I was hoping the other networks that were attempted to be built during the 60s and 70s that could
were built in the Soviet Union, or there was production and things. And it wasn't like the Soviet Union that did that. Yeah, there was a civilian, and it was privatized to them. It wasn't that almost 50 years ago. And so,
In this case, the internet could be used as a tool of colonialism, or a weapon of colonialism.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the protesters that at MIT and Harvard would agree with you. I mean, in fact, they saw this network as a tool of colonialism because they were against an American imperial power, and a colonial power essentially. Well, they didn't call it that, but then they saw that this network, if allowed to expand globally, and to do its thing, to do what it said it would want it to do. It would be a tool of colonialism and a tool of colonial power that could be used to watch and control those other people around the world. But of course, it was also done domestically. And so I think, again, that's why I think that episode is so interesting, because you can draw a straight line from their concerns and their view of the ARPANET and their view of that project that they were protesting against, to the internet that exists today.